What was loud? Like yelling?
No, I think I heard gunshots. When I heard those, I knew someone had died.
2024년 7월 7일 플로리다주 팜베이의 한 주택. 16살 소녀가 울먹이는 목소리로 후일 일에 전화를 걸었습니다.
911, what's the location of the emergency? As soon as you tell me where you are, I'll get you help.
Basically, I was home alone, and this guy, I don't know who it was. He broke into the house, and I didn't have time to grab the phone, so I...
Do you know who the man is?
No, I don't know who it was.
Is he still in there?
I just got it back, and they grabbed, I think, based off the sound, they grabbed it and broke in the window.
They broke the window with a hammer that you already had in your yard?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else at home with you?
My mom and her boyfriend were out getting, I didn't let them out because I didn't want them getting blood all over their paws.
Right. Well, did you say blood all over their paws?
Yeah, because...
Is there blood inside your house?
Yes.
Somebody stay out here with.
Yep. Just have a seat right here.
신고가 접수된 뒤 경찰은 곧바로 현장에 도착했고 그곳에서 처음 마주한 건 도움을 요청하던 16살 소녀였습니다.
I mean, physically, I guess, but please help me.
Sorry, please.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. If I had just grabbed the phone,
Huh?
if I had just grabbed the phone,
If you just grab the phone in time?
The dogs locked up.
they're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay. Are you hurt anywhere?
No,
Hey, what's your name?
Julia.
Huh?
Julia Eckler.
Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
Her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend? What's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who?
With
Page
me?
7
Me and my mom used to argue a lot.
You have a
I should
crime
have
scene
told her I loved
Just don't
her.
want to get it started.
I should have told her I loved
that we're
her.
like,
I'll never get to.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Please forgive me.
Your mom knows that you love her. I promise. Okay?
I should have said it more. It's not a very manly thing to do.
Don't apologize for having feelings. It's okay. If you need to throw up, okay?
yeah, don't.
Nobody's going to judge you for that,
Nobody's gonna judge you
alright?
for that.
There's-
Absolutely not.
There's absolutely
There's
no judgment here. Just love, okay?
집안에서는 현장 조사가 이어지고 있었고 밖에서는 경찰이 줄리아에게 당시 상황을 하나씩 묻기 시작했습니다.
I'm just going to ask you a couple basic questions so you can get an understanding here, and I'll give you a couple minutes to... Were you asleep? No? What started?
When he came up to the window.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Where was your mom at?
Her and her boyfriend were out. They were buying food. I heard that.
Okay. And so they were out when you heard this person come up to the window? What time was this at?
I don't know. I didn't look. I just focused on feeding my dogs and running to my room.
Was this like a couple minutes ago?
No, it was like hours ago. I
A
think.
couple hours ago? Did you call your mom and tell her?
I couldn't call anyone because I didn't have time to grab the phone. I ran into the room and he used to smash the back door, and I don't think he knew that it was unlocked, but that's why I was in such a rush to get the dogs to my room, because I knew that he could just open the door and come in.
Okay, so this guy smashed the back window while you're inside. Did you call 911?
I didn't have the phone.
Okay,
I couldn't do anything.
okay. So you used to stay in your room. Okay.
I was so scared. I couldn't make myself up there. I couldn't do anything.
Do you hear this person moving around in the house?
Did my house or what they were doing, or
But your mom was not home when this happened? Okay. Did you hear her arrive home?
It was so loud. It was so loud. And then
What was loud?
it was so quiet. The silence. I heard.
What was loud? Like yelling?
No, I think I heard gunshots. When I heard those, I knew someone had died. I can feel it, you know? I don't know if that sounds stupid, but I just,
So how long ago did you hear these gunshots?
hour-ish, maybe more. I couldn't tell how much time passed. It just felt like so long. The silence was so loud. I couldn't take it anymore when I came out.
What did you see when you came out? Did you see anything other than blood?
Well, there's those two were in there.
2 people?
Yeah, my mom and her boyfriend.
So you're saying that your mom and him weren't home when this person was breaking in to the house. Did you hear your mom and her boyfriend come home?
I think so.
What prompted you to get enough courage to get out, to walk out of the room?
I waited so long for this, and the silence was so loud. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Outside the back door, there's an axe with a sledgehammer.
Okay.
Where he busted the door in.
Okay.
There's shells, not spent, but there's rounds outside the back door. Which look like the same ones that are in the bathroom.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 empty shell casings in the bathroom.
Okay.
Take a seat.
집이 사건 현장으로 통제되면서 경찰은 줄리아를 안전한 장소로 이동시켰습니다.
Just have a seat. Is there a family member that you probably end up staying with? A grandparent or something like that?
My mom had an old friend. I'm staying with her maybe.
If they're okay with you taking the dogs over there too, then that's probably what would happen.
곧이어 형사들은 줄리아가 말한 당시 상황을 처음부터 다시 확인하기 시작합니다.
She's going to read you your rights. It's called Miranda warnings. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and talk. You can ask us questions too if you want to also.
So you have the right to remain silent? We're reading you this based off, procedure. You're not under arrest, you're not in trouble, but just because of the amount of time that you've been here, it's just standard procedure.
I just want to be fair to you, that's it.
Right.
So what's your mother's name? And the guy that lives with her boyfriend, what's his name?
Matthew.
Okay. How long he's been living with you guys?
About a year.
So is that how long they've been dating?
Yeah, about.
Okay. How do you like Matt? Are you and him cool?
I mean, we were fine.
이후 형사들의 질문은 줄리아와 가족 사이 오래된 갈등으로 향하기 시작합니다.
Maybe her expressing her frustrations with you. What were those? Stuff from the past or just from the day?
Both, I guess.
And so that argument lasted about 20 minutes. She took your iPod away and your flip phone. Where did she put them?
I don't know. I'm guessing the lockbox, I think.
How often did she take those away from you?
Usually whenever we had an argument or whenever I did something bad.
Okay. And what does she classify as bad?
Not doing whatever she wanted me to do.
Such as?
Anything.
Chores, cooking, cleaning, doing schoolwork, what kinds of things?
My mom had like rules for the house. It was like go to bed at this certain time and like things like that.
What is it that she would say that you do bad that, I see her putting quotes around it, what is it that you feel is not necessarily bad that she would get mad at you about?
Well, there's just like unfair stuff and then I would like go against it, but then I still get punished for it even though it was unfair in the first place, I felt like. But
is there an example of that?
a lot of the time it starts with my dad, with him just being a jerk and him finding out about like an argument we had or like other stupid things, and he'd be like, oh, take her iPod away or take this or take that. And one time he was like, take the iPod away, and I didn't want to give it back, so then he was like, oh, just take all the chargers out of the house and she'll run out of battery eventually. So I thought that was unfair because I hadn't really done anything wrong in my opinion, and I went down to the Dollar General with my wallet and bought a charger, and when I came back my mom was really mad at me, and at the time I was in the shower, but then she even said that she took a video recording of it, but she opens up the door while I'm in the shower and like is asking me for, because I usually would bring like my wallet into the bathroom with me. She comes in, takes that, and is like, basically takes pretty much like everything. So that was
How long ago was that?
2-ish weeks ago.
Okay. I saw that you had run away a couple of times. Is that around the same time?
No, that was longer ago.
Okay. So what is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like,
Okay.
"You're not a real boy," and blah blah blah, and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle. She doesn't approve of that.
Would you
I
say
mean,
that's
she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
okay? I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments, or does it
It
maybe
kind
not
of-
the root, or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's a thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or
Yeah.
not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia?
And like actually kind of being like, this is gonna be kind of vulgar, but she'd be like, "Oh, you have breasts and a vagina, and blah," and all that, all
Yeah.
that bullshit, kind of shoving it in my face, and I'd yell back, "I know, you don't think I know that?" Because obviously it's kind of painful.
줄리아는 오래전부터 성정체성 문제로 어머니와 갈등을 겪고 있었습니다.
When do you feel like you came to that?
Well, it's kind of a thing that it's hard to explain when the aha moment
Yeah.
was, because it was like kind of always a thing.
In the back of your mind?
Yeah, it was kind of always a thing in the back of my mind until it kind of snapped in my head that, oh, all the puzzle pieces are fitting now. And I just denied it for so long because I was kind of
Trying to
scared
be
of it.
societal norm.
Yeah, well, more trying to fit into my mom's contorms, because she would always say that, oh, they're dumb and stupid shit like that. No, it's not real. Even if you get the surgeries, it's not real, and things like that.
형사들의 질문은 다시 사건이 벌어진 집안으로 향했습니다.
My mom had a gun, right? And
What kind of gun?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called, but it's like a small handgun.
Is it like a semi-automatic or a revolver?
I think it was a revolver. It has like the little thing that spins.
Okay, that's a revolver.
Yeah.
You know what color it was?
Silver, I think.
Okay.
I think it was silver.
Do you know what color the handle was?
Just like normal color, I guess.
Like what color is that?
Like either black or brown. Just
Okay.
standard, I guess.
So that gun belongs to your mom?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So,
But did you see it when you went into the safe?
when I opened up the lockbox, I saw the holster for it, but it was empty.
Okay.
Did you have to use the key to open the lockbox?
No, it was unlocked.
Is it typically locked?
I don't know what my mom does with it.
And does your mom keep the ammo and the gun in the same lockbox?
No, it was the gun was in this lockbox over here, and the ammo was in a different box. There was like a bunch of ammo in there and stuff, but it didn't ever go into my mom's room, so I didn't know if she ever had the box like completely full. But when I looked at it, it looked like there were some spaces where a few more boxes could fit.
So after you're in your mom's room, what do?
After I kind of walk around the place kind of freaking out, I went back into the living room, and my phone was still on like the couch, so that's when I grabbed it and called 911.
And where were you at when you called 911 in the house?
My living room.
And did you stay in the living room until the police showed up?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever touched that gun before?
That's what I used to get trained for my gun certificate.
And when was the last time you touched that gun?
A long time. I can't even remember.
그리고 이때부터 형사들은 줄리아의 말을 의심하기 시작했습니다.
If you did something in there tonight, if there was a reason why you did it, we would like to know that. Because I don't believe the story about someone coming into the house, okay? There's evidence that shows that. We looked at your surveillance camera. We don't see nobody coming through that back door, okay? We looked at your surveillance camera. We see your parents coming home through the front door. We see bloody footprints inside the dining room area in front of the rear sliding glass door underneath the glass. That blood should be on top of the glass. We want to know what happened, not just what happened, why it happened. Tell us what happened. I'm going to ask you straight up. Are you the reason why? Did you hurt your parents today, your mom and Matthew? And if you did, Was there a reason why you had to do it?
You expressed to us, you know, your frustrations with them misgendering you, them not accepting you, understanding you, and those are all valid and human nature. You know, I would be upset if someone was, you know, calling me something that I'm not, or calling me a name that I'm not, or calling me a boy and I very clearly identify as a girl. You know, that would offend me.
Something happened horrible in that house that caused you to react this way.
It's telling us that something happened that you're not telling us, right?
So you're basically saying that I'm the culprit.
We're not saying that at all. But evidence shows us on surveillance cameras, it shows them walking into the house. It shows nobody in the backyard. It shows nobody breaking into the house.
The way the camera is angled.
100%. But someone would be seen either hopping the fence, coming around the fence, whatever. And you know that. You know that the camera is angled a certain way. You know that you can walk out that sliding glass door and go undetected.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you just made. So this is why we know especially we've seen a lot of crime scenes.
I'm saying there's a blind spot between the two cameras, and the way that they're angled makes it obvious.
줄리아는 형사들의 의심에 반박했지만 형사들은 이미 모든 것을 알고 있었습니다.
Yeah.
But someone would have to know that. Someone would have to know that there's a blind spot there. Someone that's not random, that's not randomly coming to your back door and breaking the back door unbeknownst.
They're not gonna know any of that.
This person would have had to have known the way the camera's set up only by viewing it from an app, right?
I mean,
you can't really tell.
You see it from the outside of the house.
Sure, but you can't see the exact scope. There's wide lenses. You don't know exactly what it's viewing, but guess who does? And guess who just pointed that out? You do. If this random person that you're saying came up to the back sliding glass door would have had to known that there was something to break the door, they would have had to come into the house and known that there was firearms inside the house, ammunition inside the house to use to then kill your mom and Matthew. For what reason?
Tell us what happened. Did either Matthew or your mom, did any one of them try to do anything to you when they came home? Did you shoot your parents? Your mom and Matthew? Did you shoot your mom and Matthew today?
Well, you're basically saying that I did, so do you even need my answer?
소녀의 이름은 줄리아 에글러, 사건 당시 16세였습니다. 줄리아는 과거부터 어머니와 갈등을 빚고 있었습니다. 자신의 성정체성을 받아들이지 않고 자신을 남자로 불러주지 않는다는 점, 그리고 38세였던 어머니가 자신보다 불과 몇 살 많지 않은 22세 남성 매튜와 교제하는 것도 마음에 들지 않았다고 합니다. 결국 이러한 갈등은 사건 당일 밤 폭발하게 됩니다. 어머니와 매튜가 마트에 다녀오는 사이 줄리아는 문 앞에서 총과 칼을 든 채 두 사람을 기다리고 있었습니다. 그리고 두 사람이 집으로 돌아오자 집에 온 걸 환영해라고 말한 뒤 두 사람을 향해 방아쇠를 당겼습니다. 총격으로 어머니는 현장에서 숨졌고 매튜는 탄약이 떨어진 틈을 타 극심한 부상을 입은 채 화장실로 도망쳤지만 줄리아는 매튜를 따라 들어가 칼로 공격했고 다시 어머니의 방으로 돌아가 탄약을 장전한 뒤 추가로 총격을 가한 것으로 밝혀졌습니다. 두 사람이 모두 숨진 뒤 줄리아는 집 뒤쪽 슬라이딩 유리문을 깨고 유리 조각을 밖으로 던졌으며 사용된 리볼버는 자신의 침실 창문 밖으로 던져 마치 낯선 남자가 집에 침입한 것처럼 사건을 꾸몄습니다. 이후 추가 조사와 현장 감식 결과까지 이어지면서 줄리아는 자신의 범행을 끝내 인정했습니다. 결국 그녀는 1급 계획살인 2건 혐의로 기소되었으며 보석금은 책정되지 않은 채 구금되었습니다. 또한 검찰은 사건의 중대성과 계획성, 그리고 2명의 피해자가 발생했다는 점을 고려해 줄리아를 성인으로 재판에 넘겼으며 이에 따라 줄리아는 소년 구금시설에서 브라바드 카운티 구치소로 이송되었습니다. 현재까지 최종 판결은 내려지지 않았고 재판은 여전히 진행 중인 상황입니다.